Picture a calm evening in the Appalachian Mountains. There's an ineffable charm to this idyllic setting, a picturesque landscape that effortlessly weaves together an enchanting tapestry of towering trees, a tranquil brook, and a sky teeming with stars. Here, nestled amidst the sprawling landscape, lies an isolated campground, a serene sanctuary where the world's clamor is but a distant echo, replaced by the symphony of the nocturnal wilderness. It's here, under this vast celestial dome, that a family has chosen to spend their evening. Picture them, huddled together around a crackling campfire, their faces aglow with the warmth of the flames and the joy of togetherness. The air is thick with the aroma of roasting marshmallows, the soft murmur of shared laughter, and the weaving of stories that echo through the silent woods. But serenity, as they soon discover, can be a fleeting illusion. For in the midst of their revelry, a sound slices through the night. A howl, distant yet chilling, otherworldly yet all too real. It's a sound that seems to claw its way out from the deepest, darkest corners of the forest, sending a shiver down the spine of the wilderness itself. In an instant, the laughter dies down, replaced by an uneasy silence. The stories halt mid-sentence, their ending swallowed by the ominous echo. The forest seems to hold its breath, its symphony abruptly muted. The family members exchange nervous glances, their smiles now replaced by a growing sense of unease, an alien sound in a familiar setting, a sudden silence in what was once a lively gathering. It's the kind of paradox that sends a chill down the spine, a foreboding whisper of the horror that lurks just around the corner. The family finds itself standing on the precipice of a night that promises to be anything but ordinary. A night that, under the watchful eyes of 1,000 stars, is about to unravel into a tale of terror. But little did they know, the night had just begun. The stillness of the night was unsettling. The family, huddled together beneath the twinkling stars of the Appalachian Mountains, tried to dismiss the eerie howl that had cut through the silence as a mere trick of the wind. After all, it was common for strange noises to punctuate the quiet of the wilderness. The parents tucked their children into their sleeping bags, the tent their only shield against the unknown that lurked in the shadows. As the children drifted off to sleep, the parents remained outside, sitting by the dying embers of their campfire. Their conversation was hushed, their voices barely a whisper against the backdrop of the wilderness. The crackling of the fire was the only sound that dared to challenge the silence, a feeble attempt to ward off the creeping dread that was slowly taking hold. But as the fire flickered and waned, strange noises began to echo from the forest. At first, they were faint, sporadic. A twig snapping here, a rustle there. It was easy to write them off as the usual sounds of the wilderness, the nocturnal creatures going about their nightly business. But then, the noises grew louder, more frequent. The rustling turned into a shuffling, the snapping into a cracking. The wind seemed to carry whispers of something unsettling, something not quite right. The parents exchanged worried glances, their unease growing with each passing minute. The forest, once a picture of serene beauty under the moonlight, now seemed to harbor an unseen terror. The fire died down, the last embers struggling to keep their glow. The darkness seemed to press in closer, the silence heavier. The parents strained their ears, their eyes darting around the darkened forest. Their hearts pounded in their chests, their breaths coming in shallow, quick gasps. And then, it was there, a pair of glowing eyes in the darkness. Fear gripped them as they stared into the glowing eyes. A chill runs down their spines, a primal instinct screaming at them to flee. But where could they go? They were in the creature's domain now, the vast wilderness of the Appalachian Mountains. The parents, their hearts pounding like war drums, scrambled to protect their children. The creature, however, is swift and relentless. Like a shadow, it moves around their campsite, encircling them with a predator's patience. Its glowing eyes, twin orbs of eerie light, never leave them. They're the last thing the family sees before they retreat into the tent. Their sanctuary in this wilderness turned nightmare. Inside the tent, the family huddles together, their whispers barely audible over the thunderous drumming of their own hearts. The tent fabric seems paper-thin against the terror lurking outside. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig is amplified 1,000-fold. each noise a potential herald of the creature's approach. The father, his hands shaking, clutches a flashlight like a lifeline. Its weak beam dances around the inside of the tent, casting long, ominous shadows. The mother, her eyes wide with fear, holds their children close, whispering reassurances she doesn't believe in herself. They're safe, she tells them. Everything will be okay. But her voice wavers, betraying her fear. Outside, the creature continues its relentless vigil, its glowing eyes ever watchful, ever waiting. It doesn't attack, not yet. It's merely toying with them, playing a sadistic game of cat and mouse. The family, trapped in their tent, can only wait, their fear a palpable entity in the confined space. Sleep is a distant memory, comfort a forgotten luxury. Their world has shrunk to the size of their tent, their universe now defined by the creature lurking outside. They're at the mercy of an unknown entity, a beast that has turned their fun camping trip into a terror-filled nightmare. The creature was merely toying with them. The true terror was yet to come. The creature was ready to hunt. Its presence, an entity of pure raw terror, tore through the tranquility of the campsite, shattering the illusion of safety. A family, once relaxed and carefree, was now thrown into a nightmarish game of survival. Their screams, a chilling symphony of fear, echoed through the dense Appalachian forest, a stark reminder of the predator-prey dynamic that was unfolding. The chase was a macabre ballet of adrenaline and instinct, a desperate bid for survival against a creature that was born to kill. The family, propelled by terror, navigated the labyrinthine woods, their paths lit only by the cold, indifferent light of the moon. Each rustle of leaves, each snap of a twig, was a potential herald of doom, keeping them on their toes, pushing them to their limits. They stumbled and tripped, their breaths ragged and hearts pounding like war drums in their chests. But they did not slow down. They could not afford to. The forest, once a serene sanctuary, was now a menacing maze, its shadows dancing with hidden threats. The creature was close, its primal roars reverberating through the trees, a potent reminder of the deadly pursuit. Every close call, every narrow escape, was a testament to their will to survive. A mother shielding her children, a father leading the way, their faces etched with fear, but eyes burning with determination. They were not just running from the creature, they were running for their lives, for their future, for the promise of dawn after a night of terror. The family's desperate journey through the forest was an intense dance between life and death, a testament to human resilience in the face of unimaginable horror. They were a unit, bound by blood and fear, their love for each other, their only beacon in the terrifying darkness. But the creature, a relentless hunter, was not deterred. The chase was far from over. The night was still young, and the creature was hungry. But the creature was relentless. The family was cornered with nowhere left to run. The steep, rugged cliff behind them offered no salvation, only a dizzying drop into the cold abyss. Ahead, the creature loomed, its grotesque form a monstrous silhouette against the moonlight. Its eyes, cold and lifeless, gleamed with a predatory anticipation that echoed through the night, chilling the air with its palpable presence. The father, a pillar of strength even in the face of such abhorrent terror, locked eyes with the beast. His heart pounded like a war drum in his chest, the rhythm of fear, yes, but also of defiance. He held the creature's stare, a silent challenge issued in the pitch-black wilderness. With an abrupt burst of energy, he threw a rock, a desperate distraction to draw the creature's gaze away from his precious family. The creature, taken aback, shifted its attention to the father, its eyes narrowing in on the source of the distraction. This fleeting moment of confusion, this slight lapse in the creature's concentration, was all the family needed. The mother, clutching their child tightly, seized this opportunity. With a silent prayer on her lips, she led the child away, their hurried footsteps whispering tales of survival against the forest floor. Meanwhile, the father held his ground, his heart a whirlwind of emotions. Fear, yes, but also relief. Relief that his family was escaping. Relief that they had a chance. As the creature's attention remained on him, he knew he had paid the price for their safety, a price he was willing to pay 1,000 times over. As the sun began to rise, the creature retreated back into the darkness, leaving behind a family forever changed by the terror of the night. The light of dawn chased away the shadows, casting a new day upon the Appalachian Mountains. But the scars of the night would remain, a haunting reminder of the family's harrowing ordeal. The echoes of their fear would forever linger, a chilling lullaby sung by the Appalachian night. The nightmare was over, but the memory of the creature would haunt them forever. The family, now survivors rather than mere campers, trudged back to the remnants of their haven in the wild. Their tents, once symbols of a peaceful retreat, stood ravaged, echoing the horror they had endured. As they collected what remained of their belongings, each item served as a stark reminder of the terror that had stalked them in these woods. Their relief at surviving was a muted whisper, drowned out by the deafening roar of their traumatic experience. With each step away from the campsite, they left a piece of themselves behind, marked by the beast that had turned their dream vacation into a living nightmare. They vowed then, with the mountains as their silent witnesses, never to return to this cursed place. As they drove away, the howl of the creature echoed once more through the mountains, a chilling reminder of the horror they had survived. The Appalachian Mountains are beautiful, but remember, not all that lurks in the shadows is friendly. In the heart of their majestic peaks and valleys, the wilderness teems with life. Some a delight to the eye, others a chilling reminder of the primal fear that nature can instill. This tale of terror serves as a stark warning. The wilderness, although captivating, can be treacherous if disrespected or underestimated. Our story is not just a tale of horror, but a reminder to tread lightly in the domain of the wild, to be prepared, to respect the unseen, and to acknowledge the ancient silent laws of nature. The wilderness doesn't differentiate between the innocent and the guilty. It only recognizes respect and disrespect. As we part ways, let this message linger. The Appalachian's grandeur hides more than just beauty. It shelters the unknown, the unseen, the unfathomable. Next time you hear a howl in the night, remember, some creatures are best left undiscovered.